After about 3 hours of playing the PTB, here are my first impressions of the new chapter. Now, starting off with the maps, Sheltered Woods is an absolute W. That map is boring as hell, so I'm just happy that there's something going on. Some nice palettes, some nice windows, a nice little upstairs with a nice ass window that drops down and gets you a lot of distance. And also the red forest realm, the whole rework, it looks good. It looks like a Minecraft shader, to be honest with you. Not much really changed in terms of like how the tiles are or anything like that, but they added a lot more foliage. It looks way more cozier and just looks way more like a forest. Also, they removed the cooldown on any means necessary. But more importantly, they gutted Eruption. Maybe, just maybe, the Gen Kick meta will be over with. They also did a visual update. I didn't even know this was coming. They did a visual update to Hattie. And they like messed around with her hair, added some blood to her prestige hair, updated the icon and the portraits, you know, little slight things. Another W. So far, so good. I was really excited for this. It looked like a really promising update until I read the perks. Now let's get into the first survivor, Renato Lyra. Now his first perk is Blood Rush, and I was really excited for this. I wanted to test it out, see what exhaustion perks worked with it, see how it actually worked. Like, was this like an anti-tunnel type thing? And I can't even test it out because it's bugged. So now we can just go ahead and scratch Blood Rush off. Then his second one is this Teamwork Collective Stealth. We tried this out with some Blood Pack Hope, and I'm telling you, that 12 meters is rough. Like, you have to be right next to the person. Like, I thought Blood Pack was like a little too rough because like the 16 meters and it's like from one side of Shack to the other side, but 12 meters you're either right behind them and y'all just running together holding hands, or like it's just not working. And the third perk is Background Player, which to me is kind of useless because most of the time you have to hook trade. You're not even getting a chance to run off. You're just done for. So many killers like camp hooks and stuff and like super proxy that this perk will be useless. And out of all the exhaustion perks, I don't see anyone being like, let me put the unhooking one on, unless you're just super altruistic and you just want to go for like borrowed time with Background Player plays or something. So this is where the disappointment started coming from once I read his perks. So then we moved to the second survivor, Talita. Wait, Talita.
Talita Lyra.
Oh, it's Talita Lyra. So then we start reading her perks, and she has Friendly Competition, which you get basically when you're repairing a gen with someone else. You get 5% increased repair progress speed for 75 seconds. 5% isn't anything. Like, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. If maybe this was like 15. Maybe I think 20's pushing it, but maybe 15, this would have been somewhat decent, but I just don't think it's that crazy. Well, who knows? I can be wrong. I haven't tested it out with a bunch of different things. That's for tomorrow, but first impressions. Now, her second perk is another Teamwork, which just means it's another 12 meter. And when you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters. And once again, 12 meters is too goddamn close. And 5%, again, it's not that much of a difference. Now, I know they can't go crazy and make us 15% faster because that would just be too OP and they'll probably just kill switch it. But 5% just doesn't do much for me. Then the cooldown of 140 seconds just honestly just makes it not worth running. Then her third perk is called Cut Loose, and it's like a different Quick and Quiet 2.0 or something. I don't know. But when you perform a rush volt and chase, this perk activates, and your rush volts are silent up to 6 seconds. And successfully performing a rush volt during that time resets the meter and has a cooldown of 45. Disappointment. So then we switch over to the killer, and I'm just thinking maybe this killer could save the day. Maybe he could save the first impression and give us some nice chase perks and no gen perks. So the new killer is a Skull Merchant, and they have a power that deals with like drones and like just putting the drone down, and then if you're in the drone's range for too long, you get exposed and stuff like that. And all I can think in my head is a 3-gen scenario, and I'm just putting the drone down and that's it. Now, I gotta admit, the hacking mechanic of it is cool. To like, you know, use your WASD to like hack the drone and like hack the thing in your I thought that was pretty cool. But then we get into the perks. Now, the first perk is called Thwack. And after hooking a survivor, the next breakable wall or pallet you break will make the survivors within 32 meters scream and reveal their aura 4 seconds. And it's active for 75 seconds after the survivor is hooked. Now, me, I'm not a distortion abuser, so I don't got problems with like a lot of aura perks. Honestly, I would rather aura perks over gen kicking perks, so lowercase w to me. And the second perk is leverage. And every time you hook a survivor, you gain 1 token up to 10 tokens. And when you hook a survivor, this perk activates for each token, reduces the speed at which survivors heal by 5% for 30 seconds. Now, in my head, when I hear this, I'm thinking chlorophobia, I'm thinking sloppy, I'm thinking just forever healing and just making it difficult for the survivors to heal. And we know how fun that is. And I personally didn't run into someone running a kind of build like that, but I've seen a few things on Twitter. So we'll just have to see what happens with this one. But from first impression, I'm not too excited for it. And now the third perk is called Game of Foot. And while you are chasing an obsession, this perk activates. Damaging generators and breaking walls or pallets give you a 5% haste status for 10 seconds. And whenever you hit this survivor with the total most time in chase with a basic attack, they become the obsession. Now this perk got a little bit of everything, but I would say it mostly deals with chase, so I think that's a W. I'm kind of excited for it. I need to see more of it. Not a lot of killers were running their perks for some reason. Like I seen a lot of killers running like Corrupt and like Deadlock and like just the aura reading perk. I'm like, they have other perks, like test them out with different combinations. But we'll be back on the PTB tomorrow to check it out, and hopefully people come up with some kind of build based around this perk. And I also looked at the add-ons, and it didn't look too crazy, like not like Wesker's like double Eries or anything like that. There was one that everybody starts with like a claw trap in their arm, and I thought that would be like Lethal Pursuer, but just with Killer Instinct. But it's honestly not that bad, because once the timer wears off, it just disappears. I would say the add-ons are not too bad. Now, first impression of this update, I would just say it's kind of boring. Now, you always get a credit behavior for trying to think outside the box and come up with these different mechanics and different things to bring to the game, like the drones, like the knight with his guards, like the twins with Victor. Like they're good ideas, but when they get to the game, they're just not that fun. Like, we played a game and it was on like RPD against this, and it just reminded me of like a lesser knight, honestly. So that's my opinion of the new chapter. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and hopefully they fix Blood Rush in the near future, because I got a really good idea for that and I really want to test it out, but that's until they fix it. As always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and leave a sub. We are so close to 8K. Help us get there. It's literally free. But until next time, I'm Tony, and I'm out.